smoke my little reefer. What you drinking? Yak and tequila. What you drink? You drinking it straight or you need you some ice? I look like I just walked out the freezer. Oh, she like it. She
Yeah, so I'm signing for a girl. She has been missing her payments, and I'd like to call her a payment printout. Yeah. Yes, I am.
Okay, so I just have a couple questions for you. Sure. Help me out and all, try and understand. So I know it's just a friend, stuff like that on there. So do you know, because her phone's disconnected.
She hasn't been paying her phone bill, so I just went down there myself when I talked to her. I know where the car's at.
That's what I was just out there asking. Like, do you know where the car's at, where she's at, kind of stuff? Is there anything?
I do. I've been hearing your calls. I just been trying to. I'm very upset about this.
Well, and we're at the point where coming up next month is when it's looked at for like repo and stuff like that. So that will affect your credit as well. And then if there's nothing else done from there, if it's sold, stuff like that, then small claims equal action is another avenue. And I wanted to get a hold of you to let you know because it's going to affect you too at that point. So,
well, at this point here, I'm going to take control of it. We're not going to let it go that far.
okay.
But I mean, it's only $400. This is bullshit. But here's the thing: is I'm not into doing handouts, right? I'll lead you to the water, but I'm not gonna make you drink it. So my credit's almost 800 right now in just a couple of years, and that's from hard ass work, dedication. Everybody just think, but I bust my fucking ass and I make shit happen. And you know, it's bullshit that here I try to help somebody, and it's and now what? I'm just supposed to keep paying. I'm gonna start paying for it. You know, she's been owing me a few $100 all year. She's a good person. She has gone through some issues right now. There's been some troubles with like temporary jobs. That was just, hey, we only needed you seasonal. Well, sorry, she just started another job like a week ago, so she hasn't got paid. She's not going to have the money right now to pay you. She keeps telling me, I just talked to her, she said she doesn't see where she has missed a payment. But I said, get in the fucking car, let's go down there right now. Well, I got to be to work in like an hour. Okay, she's working night shift. So, alright, but she said, well, how about 10 o'clock in the morning? So, I'm going to bring her down here. I have the money, that's not the problem. I can pay it right now. So, what is it, $800 we owe?
That's the.
Because if I'm gonna pay it, I'm gonna do it. I told her we're gonna do this, and and she's just, why are you, because this is bullshit. This is not my debt. It's not my car. I've never even broke the car.
If you want to come back,
why don't you, this has been going on for months, why didn't you just go down there and talk to her? If you guys made a mistake, then we'll handle it. If she made a mistake, then we'll handle it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Just come down and talk about it. It's not a big deal.
And then the past
she lives right down the road.
So that's what I was just trying to confirm too, because the address that we have on file is the 1686 Sioux Way. Is that still correct? That's where the car is and everything on there. Perfect.
That's right. It's blocks away.
Gotcha. So in that one, it's this August payment. If you look here, so you see that there was a payment made in July for 424, nothing in August, and then in September there was another payment made.
And that one was, that's why it's getting so weird, is because she owes on the 17th, something like that. That was her normal payday. And maybe you guys, can I get an extension? Okay, yeah, sure, a couple weeks. And then after that, now I don't owe on the 17th. Now I owe a couple weeks later. And can I get an extension on that? At some point you gotta.
So we
can't keep that up.
offer 10-day grace period from the month that our initial payment comes out, and that may have been something that happened, slipped up. But I know we've brought it up to her, but that's where it came up. Because like I said, the July payment, there was nothing in August, and then September there was a payment made, and that's where we're behind on that one.
And that's why I keep getting the calls for months now.
Yeah, well, and I know you wanted to know.
So I think it's gonna hit me now. I'm 30 days late.
This one is just over. Yeah, it's 40 reporting right now. So
let me show you, man. This is after all that time I didn't.
So I want to say that it is possible that it is reporting. I don't know the exact reporting cycles for us as a company because we don't do it. Our home office does. So If it's able to be taken care of, at least that one payment, we can try and avoid that as a report. Definitely.
I don't know. I've never had this before, so I don't know how much it's going to hurt me.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
I'm getting ready. I did buy a new car just in August. Actually, I bought a brand new car, and there was a problem with there was a recall on it already. And they, of course, when you're buying a new car, they're not going to say, "Hey, there's a recall on like a steering knuckle or something," right? Fucking thing snapped while I was driving and wrecked it totally. The insurance completely paid for it though.
yeah.
It was nice. It was a
Good.
Kia Forte GT. It was not a
There
real
we
nice
go.
car,
Alright.
but that's been taken care of, done with. But now I want to go buy a K5 next. I think I got the credit right now to go get it. My money, I don't owe nobody nothing except for this, and this is not even my car, so I figured that's not really my debt.
Yeah.
But I paid everything off credit cards. I paid everything off. I owed my mom a little bit of money. I paid her. So right now I'm fucking broke, but I've made sure everybody else got paid.
Got it.
Everybody's paid. I don't owe nobody shit. And so now I can start stacking money. And my idea was to wait until I want to get more of a sports car, maybe like 40, 50 grand. So I'm thinking, and I'm going to need a bank at some point to loan that to me. But I'm trying to earn myself into a spot where a bank would be happy to give me that money, right? And that's hard work to convince somebody to hand you 50 grand. Here you go. But I wanted to come in with about five down when I go to buy it. That would look pretty good for the bank. He's got interest in it, and he's got good credit. And okay, let's do that. I wanted to go in pre-approved, so maybe I can talk him into lowering it down too. That was my play there. But here's where I'm at on it, man. After oh shoot, now it doesn't want to work.
Our service in here is terrible.
Oh well, shit, that doesn't help me.
Like
760. That's not bad for
paying everything
and
off.
mind you, okay, so I learned this. I'm watching this like every couple days. I look at this, right? So I learned that my credit card, how much money you have owed on it. It's not how much you owe on it. It's the ratio, the percentage, right?
Yep.
So I had a couple $100 left on there. I wasn't able to pay this time. I mean, I could have. My mom said, "Why didn't you just tell me? I would have, you could pay me. It's not a problem, No, I wanted to pay you. What I owe, I pay it. It's done. So my credit would have been about 780, 790 right now.
Yeah. Well, and
By
showing
paying off that, bring it down to zero, my credit ratio. But that's something I'm not sure about. I don't know if you know. If I should leave like
so
a couple
I think
bucks on there, leave 10 bucks on there.
35% is what you want to look at. If you're holding between 0 and 35% is what you want to.
I mean, like 10% right now, but a
That's-
couple $100 I could have brought down to zero. But I don't
So
know if
for
zero
that
is going to
one-
hurt me. I don't know if I should leave like
it
10 bucks on
depends.
there.
So it depends on that, because part of the thing is they want to see you using it. So if you're not leaving a balance, sometimes it can be a detriment a little bit to
Think
you.
about
So yeah, if you're
$5
leaving
or
like a
something.
little bit on there, so it's showing a balance on that reporting, you're good there. But like I said, it's about 35% is where you want to be at
I'm well
for
below
that.
that.
And then keeping constant payments, stuff like that on there.
And yeah, here's what you're saying, 35% of it. So, I mean, I think when they handed me that money for that brand new car, I'm just saying, okay, you've been working at this job for several years. You're consistent, 80 hours, and I work DoorDash on the side. I just started a YouTube channel, and it's just getting monetized right now. So I'm trying to get multiple sources of income. I donate plasma, doing everything I can to.
Kind of get it done.
And the bank said, "Man, that looks good." And they said, I had Ally loan me.
Gotcha.
And they saw this. When I look at that late payments, 30 days, 0, 0, 0, 0. Counts always paid is 100%. We'll give you a car.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, and that one.
So what is this going to do to me now? Is that 760 going to drop like 100 points, or is it going to be 5 points?
I don't think it'll be 100 points. I know that this account, depending on the other stuff that's recording on there, because this one weighs heavier than like a credit card on there, but I don't know.
Especially if here I am going to be going to. I mean, I don't know how much it's like an algorithm, or because I know when I got a loan from Wells Fargo to buy a different car I had, I ended up I got a personal loan from the bank from Wells Fargo, and I went down with cash and I bought the car. So they don't have interest, but because they didn't have an interest in it, I got a little bit higher rate. But
Yeah, because if it's a personal kind of nothing to secure it, but at the same point, that time they want to see the trade lines open too. So if they see that you're paying that down consistently, there's no late payment, stuff like that. Same kind of thing as this one here on there. So this one being the first time.
I think the biggest thing right now that's keeping me from getting over that 800 mark right now, I mean, getting up to that 780 is fine. when I pay that off, I think I'm going to be there. But to get it over 800, I think what they more want to see is the history.
Yes.
And I don't have that long of a history.
Yeah, that's big.
I mean, my mom did the smart thing years ago. I'll sign you up, like whatever she did, like made an account for me, a credit card.
Gotcha.
Right. So it says I've had an account for like 15 years, but there wasn't a balance on it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So they're seeing you don't have a history.
Technically, yeah. And that's why I said they want to see you report that small amount.
That's great. You've never missed a payment in 3 years, but that's just 3 years. If we hand you $50, you might disappear tomorrow.
So for that one, we're usually about a year. We're looking at that's the same thing for like work, residence, stuff like that. We're about a year is what we want to see. Most of the credit. Well, and keep in mind right now too, the prime rate and stuff like that for banks is super. They're strict, really strict on anything. Most credit unions, if you haven't had an account with them for like 20 years, they're like, no, we don't want to do that. It's just because of the rates and stuff right now is really bad for them. And they did a lot of questionable lending. So a lot of the banks and stuff were picking up stuff for like us in subprime. And now they're starting to feel that on the back end kind of stuff for us. Same thing on there. So a lot of banks have tightened up a lot of what they're doing right now. Like I said, for this one, if it actually reports as the 30-day, I imagine, yes, it is going to take a little bit of a toll on some of that, on the score and stuff.
Any guess on it?
Points-wise, I have no idea, to be honest, because it also counts for what you are doing right now with all your other stuff. So it may be less than someone else that may have more reporting on their credit cards or something like that. So a specific number, I can't give that to you. I don't know personally. For that, but like I said, for this one, if we're able to take care of the one payment is the biggest thing to get it out of that 30 days. Because if it's out of that 30 days, then you have until the next payment would be coming due to figure out the next one and stuff like that.
I mean, I would have came down for the before the 30, but she said, no, I got it. Okay, all right, and I've been busy as shit. I haven't made it back down yet.
Mm-hmm.
So,
for that one.
I don't know, man. But I mean, I have it now, but I was thinking just come and pay the 8, but maybe I'll pay the 4 or whatever, just the minimum.
So
because she says she's got money coming in, but she needs to understand that
it's not.
You still need to pay me back, but she already owes me a few hundred, and then you need to pay me for on top of it too. So maybe I can do the 400. But I said, look, we're gonna go down there. I'll pay it. She doesn't have it right now, so. She said she gets paid, I think she said Friday or something, or just talking about maybe getting a loan for somebody to pay you guys.
Did she tell you where she's working now?
Yeah, Bob's and Lucy's.
Gotcha. Take down as much as I can, because like I said, we haven't been able,
so you can get a hold of her on Facebook. You guys
if I could, I would, but we're not allowed to contact outside of calling.
Wi-Fi,
See, I've sent emails, everything, telling her to just find a way to. She can reply to the emails too. We can't send it back because all of our stuff is like pre-made, so we can't like send back, hey, gotcha or whatever. But she can send us, hey, I started working here, XYZ, or something like that, or even through our website. If she goes to our website, United Finance, there's a messenger thing there that she can send, and it'll go to our home office and then be sent to us. So there's a few ways other than calling for people to make contact with us. Like I said, I've sent emails to trying to make contact and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, come on, text now, whatever you get on there for free. You already got
pretty much. But
just trying to avoid it.
Well, and I don't think our text, because the phone's disconnected, so I don't think our texting system will actually send through if the number itself we know is disconnected on there. So that'd be the only thing we can work with it, as long as we can take care of that one payment on here. So in order to catch everything up except for this one's payment, it would be $475.12.
It's normal 400 something plus a couple late payments.
So for this one too, we have one fee, which is our it was an agent that we sent out to door knock and leave a letter. It's our first step before we consider repossession. It's like, hey, we're trying to. What's that?
When was that done?
It was. I want to say it was last week. Yeah, it was last week. Like I said, that's our initial step to door knock. Hey, you need to call us before I send a tow truck out there. Pretty much is what that is. And that didn't get us any response. That's $50 that we do. If we do the repo fee, we try and do that first because our repo fee is like $450 base before any transport or anything else like that.
So what would happen after? So because here's my idea is that I'll pay it, but we're gonna do it on video recording, or I don't know if you guys drop, or I could go try to drop a contract myself or something. That look, okay, I'm gonna pay it, but you already, just get it out of the way that you owe me a few $100. And she says, okay, agreed, I owe you that plus this, and this is how we're gonna pay it. Plus you're gonna pay them the 800. That if I do that, she's still gonna owe 400 something for you guys, and some change, not getting exact, but
Yeah.
plus on the 17th, I think it is, she's gonna owe another 400.
Yes.
So you're looking at you need $1,200. Like, so,
And there may be
you do the 400, but like we need to start getting ahead on that.
True.
We're not gonna just keep it 30 days behind forever.
Well, and there's
give a
some
little more than
options
400,
once we
500,
get a few
600.
payments in. We have some deferment options to try and help get caught up in current kind of stuff on there. I don't know exactly what we can offer right now, based off of, because it has to qualify the payment history. I think it's at least minimum like 3 or so payments of on time kind of thing for us to do it.
Yeah, she was talking about wanting, because she's not happy that I'm down there bugging her about it. But I said, this is fucking me over, because I'm wanting to go get a new car in a few months. If this hurts me, what that means is, instead of making a 600 payment, I got to pay an 800 payment for the same duration,
Yeah.
because you didn't pay for a car
Mm.
that I never fucking drove. That's not right.
Yeah.
So
Well,
if that's
another
so,
thing
what I'll do is I'll take it. I'll pay it. But if it's like if you're not going to pay me in a certain amount of time, what's going to happen is you're either going to give me the keys or I'm going to show up with a. And I think I have legal rights to this. It's going to be weird, but I'll show up with a locksmith. I'll take the fucking car and go do whatever I want with it.
I would recommend, because I've had some things in the past where this
I don't
comes
know if they
up.
call the cops.
You would have to. I would speak with the local
So
law.
look, I pay for it, officers. I pay for it. She's not making the fucking payments. Have her take me to civil court.
Yeah,
Tell them.
that's my only, just to be safe and sorry, because
I
if
don't know
you
how that
show
works,
up, because I don't want anything, no
But-
legally or
but-
anything like that.
But here's how I would protect myself in that. Okay, let's get on recording here, or maybe on a signature. If you don't, here's the terms. And are you in agreement with that? Yeah, I'm in agreement with it. Okay, I will loan the money. I'll pay them, pay you guys. But you're gonna make payments to me. This is gonna be this much a month. Plus, you're gonna,
yeah,
take
if
care
there's
of them.
something that you want to draft up,
And you start.
not a bad idea, but
I mean, I think if it's on video, I think it's just as legal. I don't know.
same thing on there. If you want to take care of it, that's something, again, that would come up between you guys. I can't really get into the middle of it. But again, for anything where you're going to try and take possession of the vehicle, I strongly recommend calling and having, maybe speaking if there's an officer that can be present at the time, or whatever they can do. Because I know there's been sometimes in the other counts that have the same thing. Girlfriend, boyfriend break up, one wants to take the car from the other, and I'm like, we can't do anything, we can't take the vehicle, we can't say yes or no, that kind of stuff. You guys are both on this account, and as far as I know you're both on the title, I can double check that, because as long as you guys are both named on it, then you're both registered, you have equal rights to the
The
vehicle.
cops are like, what do we do?
That's kind of, I think, what happens in some
I
cases
think
is
it's
like
what
they
call it
can't.
the law is like possession is 9 points of the law.
9/10 of the law on there.
Whoever's
So,
got it.
that
That's
comes
why
in.
you just show up with a tow truck and
I mean,
see you later.
you guys you can do that, I was just saying, but I'm not condoning or saying anything like that.
I mean, I think she is a good person. She has full intentions on paying it.
Just,
But at the end of the day, you got to come up with money.
I mean,
It's not like it's $1,000 payments.
yeah,
That's what I was paying $800 a month plus $200 in insurance.
dang, only for those kind, I was just say right now insurance is crazy for a lot of that stuff. So, but
My old Kia out here, I'm paying $44 a month for it, but it ain't worth nothing. So it's not. I'm not. Why would I put full coverage on it?
yeah,
If somebody wrecked into me, what are they going to give me? A couple grand? It's not worth me paying an extra $100 something a month.
gotcha.
I'd rather go put it in a slot machine. You know what I mean?
But
Maybe I'll win.
fair. But that one, like I said, that's how much the 475.12 covers everything except for this one's payment that's owing right now.
475.
The 475.12 is the total amount owing right now. If we take care of that, it gets it out of that 30 days for you. There's no thing of repossession that it's going to happen unless nothing's done next month, kind of stuff from there. So that's completely up to you. Like I said, that's why I wanted to touch base and let you know, because if anything does happen, it affects both parties equally.
Yeah, she was talking, well, I'll just go down and take your name off it. In other words, refinance it. I'm like, I don't know if they're going to want to do that when you're already missing payments.
So
And I don't know what her credit looks like. I have no
She
clue.
can attempt to apply by herself, or she can attempt to apply with a different cosigner.
I don't think anybody else wants to go somewhere.
That's
You know?
yeah, that's kind of it, and it has to be qualified. They have to qualify together, and if she just started a new job, stuff like that, it's really hard for us to on this one, especially like you said with the payment history. We have to take that into account when we're looking at things on there. So she's more than welcome to try. Come in and just give us an application. We can run and see what we can do. But that's the only way we can do it. Is
I mean,
she
it's
would
not
have to
like
qualify.
if she was at least like halfway through her payments on the car. I mean, it's not an expensive car. I mean, it sounds like her APR is probably pretty damn high. I did get something in the mail since I was on it, and I don't know why she didn't go apply for it. Brought her payments down to like $230. Another company, I don't know, found out about the loan and said, hey, we'll take over. We'll pay United Finance off, and it was like $240 or something a month. Might have been longer duration, but
Or the rate itself may have been different.
you know, if you're in a tight spot, you lose your job or something, $200. Come on, you can make that. You can make that quick. So you can't make that.
Going out to work. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. I was glad we got
Plasma,
hold
you'll
of
make
it.
that money. At least you got a car.
Gotcha. No fair. But that's why I was trying to get a hold of you because I didn't want anything to kind of blindside you as well. Because I know you were trying to keep up with us and stuff like that. So.
It says 10 o'clock in the morning. I work graveyard. I had to get up to do this. I only got like 4 hours of sleep. I'm up there to take care of this. I wanted to get the guys clothes.
Gotcha.
And then she works tonight. By the time she gets up in the morning, I'm already off at like 7 in the morning, so I don't know what. I guess I'll try to.
I was gonna say, do
Drink
you
an
want to
extra
come
coffee and I'll
into
come
the
down and
office, or you can
I
call
wanna
us
bring her
over
in.
the phone? But
I want to bring her in. We'll have a round table here. We need to figure this out.
gotcha.
This is going on too long.
Perfect. So yeah, that's like I said, that's about where we're at on
As
those
long as she
ones.
doesn't flake on it, I'll be down here.
Gotcha.
Then I'll go down there and try to get her. Try to get a hold of this. We're not super behind right now. How much more is left on? How much was her loan for overall when she bought the car? Like 8, something like that.
So it looks like the total finance was 11,500, almost
Oh damn! I thought it was like 8,000.
11,580.
And it was her APR.
28.95.
That's why. How much is going toward her principal?
Well, right now it's super low because she's paying late. That's because we're simple interest. So the late payments that she's making, one, she's paying that late fee. Two, those extra days cost her more in interest.
Let's go back. Before that. I mean, obviously, the more you pay off, the more percentage goes toward it. But she said August she started this and whatever. So how about July? How much was it? I mean, that's pretty early in the loan there.
So July was the first one where she actually missed and got that late payment. So if you want to look at it, I'll even show you on there. It'll show you everything on there. So you can
It's
see.
just that she doesn't pay on the 17th every month
Yeah.
consistently. That's where it starts getting like confusing to look
So
at.
these two columns are your principal and interest. So you can actually look at every single payment where the split and all of that stuff comes from on there.
It's only about
And
half
then
there,
there's
yeah.
fee, yeah, and then there's all the fees or anything. The $5 is if you call in over the phone, we have that fee for us on there. But then the late fees and stuff like that.
Yeah, she was asking me for the account number last week, and I said you can just call him. I said I'm busy right now. I can't do it. You know what I mean? She said, oh okay. No, she never called.
No.
You mean you don't have the account number? That's why you can't pay him? Call him. Go down there. It's on the fucking street.
Some people, they can't
Walk.
come in and it's facing someone face to face with this kind of situation. I can understand, but yeah, that's kind of where
It's
we're.
not the end of the world. You know what I mean?
Well, it's just trying to catch it right now because if it goes past this point, that's when it gets really kind of hairy.
So,
Like
yeah, a few months, it makes sense. So then if I had to, I mean, what if she agreed that, okay, I mean, it's the resale value of the car. I mean, great if there's somebody else to forget the word, can't think of the word right
So
now,
you
but to
take it
take
up-
over it. Somebody else says, hey, I like to buy the car. Can she sell me the car and I'll take over? I mean, but with the exception of that, I mean, you guys aren't a car dealership. You don't really want the car back.
So yeah, I was
That's
gonna say.
just a desperate attempt to recover money. That's all that is.
So on that one, it's especially for us when we take it and resell it, because we have to sell it to the dealer that's going to obviously has to pay less than what retail is so that they can make their money on their
Auction
end.
fee or whatever,
Auction
and then now
fees,
you're losing.
everything on there. So yeah, no, it's definitely never
Now
really.
the car's older. How much are you really going to get out of that? She might get 5 out of 6 out of it, but then what? Then you're saying, hey, okay, cool, we repo the car, you still owe us $6,000.
And then that's where if no payments are made, small claims is the next option for us. So that's.
So it's like, okay, I mean, and then I wouldn't have title to it if I was to take over, you know, if it came to that, until it's paid off. So it's, I mean.
So what would happen is if you came in
I can't
and
even
say
sell it. If I was to take over it and now I have the car and I'm making sure you guys get paid, she's out of the fucking picture, or I don't have to take her name off it or whatever. I don't want to run my credit again at some point.
Yeah.
But if I have the car, I have possession of it, and I'm paying you guys. Well, now I have 2 cars and I don't have a need for 2 cars. I mean, we can make it work, but because I do DoorDash and shit on the side, I can put miles on one car and drive the other one, so I got to back up if one breaks down. I mean, it could work out for me. I got 190,000 on this one. I don't know how much longer it's gonna bite me in the fucking ass. It's got a check engine on it now, but.
So if you take it over,
I can't turn around and sell it.
You could attempt to private party it, sell it to see how much someone's willing to pay for it. It's kind of like that, or even looking at trading it in is another thing. It just depends on
Subjugate is
kind of.
but in that case, it would be.
Or if someone else wants to try and attempt to take the loan over themselves, they can come in and apply to take it over, and then we can do a title transfer and stuff like that to that person.
Maybe if I really didn't want it, you know, to find somebody, but I'll have to check Blue Book on it. What would somebody pay for it? I don't know. I don't think somebody would pay that much for that damn car. Matter of fact, what kind of car is it? Is it Chevy? That's all I know.
Chevy Cruze.
A 13?
14.
14.
Yeah, on there, and I don't know what the Blue Book is.
What was the mileage on it?
Let's see. The miles when we financed it was just under 90,000, 89.5.
Oh.
So that is one big thing about it.
Shit, I'm seeing like the full certified. You can still get a warranty from Kia for like 8,000 right now on, and it's got like this Kia Rio. There's got like 70,000 on it.
Well, and another part of
2017, and it's like 8,000, and they'll give you a warranty on it again.
Gotcha.
There's Kia certifying it. We've done inspection on it. We will cover if something breaks.
Yeah, no, well, and this one
How is she
has,
paying more for?
this one has a service contract on it too. That's why for the balance it was up higher than that, because we did have a service contract that we sold with it as well, which is cancelable, but I would have to have a signature from both of you to cancel that if that's something later down the line. That one's 2 years, 24,000. It's a powertrain on there, so it's our protection of trying to get stuff. The dealers use their own
How
kind
much
of
a
thing.
month was that?
I don't know what the difference is. So if we were to cancel it, it would be whatever the remaining premium. It doesn't alter the payment, but it decreases your balance based off of how much is left on there. So they base it off of it's 2 years or 24,000 miles. So depending on how much she's been driving to, I don't know what the miles are right now.
24,000 ain't much.
Yeah, our average we still about 12,000 a year.
I could put like 3,000 a week on the car.
True. That is one for most. It's about I think it's about 1,200 miles a month is what they're looking at. 11 to 12, something like that. Is about what we look at on average.
That's probably where she's at.
Gotcha.
She's probably so much.
But that's
So work with it.
gotcha. But that's kind of where we're at on all of this. There is a couple options. Like I said, eventually, once we get a few on-time payments, we can look at doing deferments to try and get everything caught up, so we're not running that 30 days and stuff like that. But for right now, just taking care of at least the one is the biggest concern, just to keep us from going into other collections. Because the last thing we want to do again is pick it up. We don't want to pick it up either for it.
And she hasn't paid very much into it. How many more payments are left on it?
Looks like 48 is the original term, so 41 payments.
And that's including the missed.
That's remaining, so that doesn't count anymore. She's made 7 payments on the account so far, so theoretically 41 payments is remaining. But that'll change depending on if she
And the normal amount is what,
continues
400 and
410 12. But that can change based off of her paying those late payments and stuff like that too.
Damn, that's 17 grand. I don't think the car's worth that.
Once all
I mean,
interest is
if I was to take over it, what I would do is go refinance it with her, so you get that lower amount. And with that lower amount, keep that payment. Matter of fact, pay them more than that. Pay them $700-800 a month. That's what I would do if I had to take over it. I would refinance it for that $200, so I'm hardly paying anything on interest, and just slam them $200 a month. That 17 grand is going to come way down.
Yes. Well, and if you're able to do it with that through
Then
like
what's my resale after that? Because that's what I'm going to be looking at. You know what I mean? If I'm not just sitting, I'm paying for something I'm not even driving now. I don't know what my resale is going to be.
It depends on miles and stuff, condition and everything too. I'm not sure, but for that one, it's not a bad idea if it's a possibility for you. If you're willing to take it over as the next thing too on there.
Yeah, I mean, I would want to do that, and because I know when that day happen to come, she's not going to be happy with that. I don't know if that's going to lead to cops called, he stole my car, and I don't need no problems like that. You know what I mean? So it would have to be, no, we got to, here's a contract. They gave you a chance, you fucked it up. I took over, gave you an extra chance, and you fucked it up again. That's it. You have your car now, sorry. Gotta get to work, gotta pay it, you know? So that way, at least, if it came to that, I could show them, here's the contract that she signed it, she was happy with that. Do you guys have a notary here?
We do, but we can't do that inside the company. It's because all the bonding and stuff is the stuff that we do here. And I think the UPS actually right across from us has a notary as well on there, but it's my manager that would be doing it, and I know he doesn't, if it's not something for us like affidavits and stuff, we don't do it. But
never use you guys for a loan if I end up needing one. If I say, I don't know what kind of numbers you can run or whatever. Say I got 5,000 down, I want a 40,000 loan.
so for us, our top out is 15.
Oh, you guys are little.
Yeah, because of our interest rate and stuff like that. If once you get up there, your payment would be ridiculous. So on there, 15,000 is about what we top out, just because of, like I said, most of the time the debt to income and stuff like that would be a little bit
I
challenging.
think I might go back to Ally and try them, but this time I'm gonna
said
shop
you're
around.
running through a bank, right?
What's
like
that?
you have a bank right now.
I Wells Fargo.
I would check and see what they're willing to offer, especially if you have everything.
Yeah, Ally actually gave me a better rate. And I've
Did
never
they?
banked with them before.
Okay. All right. Well, and sometimes,
they bid them out.
depending on the dealer that you go to, looking at their in-house ones, some of them are down at like 1-2% kind of stuff. That's always not a bad idea, depending on it. I know they usually have a little bit of a stricter kind of like debt to income and stuff for it, but
I mean, if I can get the right number with them, then sure. But I think with it, if I can get right up to that 800 mark, that's been my goal. Is to get that 800 with 5 down, and I think they're going to give me whatever I want. Pretty much.
definitely not a bad start on
But
that.
I would like to, if the car is 40,000, I would go to a bank beforehand. That's my idea. Unless they give me the right number, I would go to a couple banks and see if they can't give me. Okay, I'm gonna put 5 down. I want you to say 37 is that's the top we can go. And I go down there and say, yeah, I really like this car. And say, oh man, we called the bank. They said 37. That's all we can. That's it. But the car's 40. Can you come up? That's all I got, man. You want to make a sale today? Take a hit. Take a hit. And you get a sale today. You gotta play it smart.
Definitely on there. Well, definitely. I hope so. For this one, like I said, I know it's over that 30 days right now. I don't know our reporting schedules, so I don't know if it's reported to you yet for that payment. Which for your sake, I hope not.
I'm willing to bet it will, man. I mean, if it doesn't, that's cool. But
yeah.
I just don't know how much it's gonna hit me. Because if it was gonna hit me significantly, I'll go down tomorrow and get a car. But I don't know. I can't assume that. I don't know anybody that's been through this. Everybody I know pays their bills.
Yeah. And I wish I could give you a specific number.
If it drops 5 or 10 points,
yeah.
That's not that big a deal. It'll make a difference, but not much.
I don't think it's going to be
100 points or something.
I don't think it'll be that significant.
That's like we might not even want to give you a loan now.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that bad if you miss this payment the one time, like that kind of stuff. But I don't know how bad it would be, but I don't think it's going to be like 100 points. I don't think so. Based off of what I've seen in the past and stuff like that, I don't. Especially if everything else, like you showed me, is paid and everything like that, I think
I don't know if the bank, like I was saying, I think it's more algorithm than anything, but I know even after the algorithm, I mean, you still got to go through a person that's got to approve it. Still, right? Somebody has to look it over, maybe higher than you or you do, I don't know.
Yeah, so for credit, it gets looked over. Well, and the other thing is not everyone looks exactly at the score. They're going to go through and look at your different accounts, your credit cards, that paid auto, stuff like that. They're going to see that you've done that kind of stuff too, and that weighs a little bit as well for us.
That might help me a little bit. It might look like worse rate, but maybe I can argue with the bank later, like, hey, you had that missed payment. I can say, look, here's what happened. It wasn't even my car, but I handled it.
And then if it does get current, when it does, they can, sometimes the banks will request like something that's showing that kind of stuff on there, which we can try and provide you anything to payment history again, once it's paid, stuff like that if they need it, to do that as well. You just have to give us a call, let us know what you need, and we can either print it out here or mail it, kind of thing.
Just need the winning lottery numbers.
Right? Yeah, I do. But that's kind of where, like I said, that's where I'm at. If we can take care of that payment, that's best case, at least to get the money to
I'll make that deal. I'll pay that tomorrow, but it's going to be at a high cost. You know, you're going to pay me, and you're going to start paying them, and you pay them more than $400. That's the cost. I don't want to set her up for failure. You know, if it's going to come to that, like she's not going to pay it. I mean, she's a really good person. She is, but you know, I got my own problems too. You know.
Well, sounds like you're getting everything taken care of too.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate your time.
Yeah, no problem. If there's anything else, give me a call, let me know or anything on there, and then I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
All right.
Thank you.